The complete work of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 5, Section 3, Notes from Lecture and Discourses. Work is worship. The highest man cannot work, for there is no bidding element, no attachment, no ignorance in him. A ship is said to have passed over a mountain of magnet ore, and all the bolts and bars were drawn out, and it went to pieces. It is ignorance that struggle remains because we are all really atheists. Real real theists cannot work. We are atheists more or less. We do not see God or believe in Him. He is God to us and nothing more. There are moments when we think He is near, but then we fall down again. When you see Him, you struggle for Him. Whom? When you see Him, who struggles for whom? Help the Lord. There is a proverb in our language. Shall we teach the architect of the universe how to build? So those are the highest of mankind who do not work. The next thing or next time you see that these silly phrases about the world and how we must all help God and do this or that for Him. Remember this. Do not think such thoughts. They are too selfish. All the work you do is subjective, is done for your own benefit. God has not fallen into the ditch for you and me to help him out by building a hospital or something of that sort. We allow you to work. He allows you to work. He allows you to exercise your muscles in this great gymnasium. Not in order to help him, but that you may help yourself. Do you think even any ant will die for want of your help? Most errant blaspheme. The world does not need you at all. The world goes on. You are like a drop in the ocean. A leaf does not move. The wind does not blow without him. Blessed are we that we are given the privilege of working for him, not to helping him or not of helping him. Cut out this word help from your mind. You cannot help. It is a blaspheming. You are here yourself at his pleasure. Do you mean to say you help him? You worship him? When you give a morsel of food to the dog, you worship the dog as God. God is in that dog. He is the dog. He is all and in all. We are allowed to worship Him. Stand in that reverent attitude to the whole universe, and then will come perfect non attachment. This should be your duty. This is the proper attitude of work. This is the secret taught by Karma Yoga. Work without motive. At the 42nd meeting at Ramakrishna Mission held at premises numbers 57, Ramakanta Bose Street, Bag Bazaar, Calcutta, on the 20th March 1898, Swami Vivekananda gave an address on work without motive and spoke to the following effect. When the Gita was first preached, there was then going on a great controversy between two sects. One party considered the Vedic yajnas and animal sacrifices and such like karmas to constitute the whole religion. The other preached the killing of the numberless horses and cattle cannot be called religion. The people belonging to the latter party were mostly sannyasin and followers of Jnana. They believed that the giving up of all work and the gaining of knowledge of the self was the only path to moksha. By preaching to by preaching of his great doctrine to work without motive, the author of Gita set at rest the disputes of these two antagonistic sects. Many are of opinion that Gita was not written at the time of Mahabharata, but was subsequently added to it. This is not correct. Uh, the special teachings of Gita are to be found in every part of Mahabharata. And if the Gita is to be expunged as forming no part of it, ever other portion of it which embodies the same teachings should be similarly treated. Now, what is the meaning of working without motive? Nowadays, many understand it in the sense that one is to work in such a way that neither pleasure nor pain touches his mind. If this be its real meaning, then the animals might be said to work without motive. Some animals devour their, their own offsprings and they do not feel any pangs at all in doing so. Robbers ruin other people by robbing them of their possessions. But if they feel quite callous to pleasure or pain, then they also would be working without motive. If the meaning of it be such, then working without motive, one who has a stony heart. If the meaning of it be such, then one who has the stony heart, the worst of the criminals, might be considered to be the working without motive. The wolves have no feeling of pleasure or pain, neither has a stone, and it cannot be said that they are working without motive. In the above sense, the doctrine is potent instrument in the hands of the wicked. They would go on doing wicked deeds and would pronounce themselves as working without motive. If such be the signification of working without motive, then then a fearful doctrine has been put forth by the preaching of Gita. Certainly, this is not the meaning. Furthermore, if we look into the lives of those who were connected with the preachings of Gita, we should find them living quite a different life. Arjun killed Bhishma and Drona in battle, but with hell he sacrificed all his self interest and desire and his lower self millions of times. Gita teaches Karma Yoga. We should work through yoga, that is concentration. In such concentration, in action, that is Karma Yoga, there is no consciousness of the lower ego present. The consciousness that I am doing this and that is never present when one works through yoga. The Western people do not understand this. They say that if there be no consciousness of ego, if this ego is gone, how then can a man work? But when one works with concentration, losing all consciousness of oneself, the work that is done will be infinitely better. And this everyone may have experienced in his own life. We perform many work subconsciously, such as digestion of food, etc. Many other consciously, and others again by becoming immersed in samadhi, as it were, when there is no consciousness of the smaller ego. If the painter losing if the painter losing the consciousness of his ego becomes completely immersed in his painting, he will be able to produce masterpiece. The good cook concentrates his whole self on the food material he handles He loses all other consciousness for the time being, but they are only able to be perfectly a single work in this way, to which they are habituated. The Gita teaches that all works should be done thus. He who is one with the Lord through yoga performs all his works by becoming immersed in concentration and does not seek any personal benefit. Such a performance of work begins or beings brings only good to the world. No evil can come out of it. Those who work thus never do anything for themselves. The result of every work is mixture with good and evil. There is no good work that has not touched the evil in it. Like smoke round the fire, some evil always clings to the work. We should engage in such a work as bring the largest amount of good and small measure of evil. Arjun killed Bhishma and Drona. If this had not been done, then Drona could not have been conquered. Arjun had not killed Bhishma and Drona. If this had not had happened, then Duryodhana could not have been conquered, and the force of evil would have trumped over the force of good, and that thus a great calamity would have fallen on the country. The government of the country would have been usurped by the group body of proud, unrighteous king, to the great misfortune of the people. Similarly, Sri Krishna killed Kamsa, Jarasana, and others who were ty- tyrants, but not a single one of his deed was done for himself. Every one of them was done for the good of others. We are reading in the Gita by candling light, but numbers of insects are being burnt to death. Thus, it is seen that some evil clings to work. Those who work without any consciousness of their lower ego are not affected even with evil, for they work for the good of the world. To work without motive, to work unattached, brings the highest bliss and freedom. This secret of Karma Yoga is taught by Lord Krishna in the Gita. Next, sadhanas or preparations for higher life. If atavism, if atavism gains, you go down. If evolution gains, you go on. Therefore, we must not allow atavism to take place. Here, in my own body, in the first work of the study, we are too busy trying to mend the ways of our neighbors. That is the difficulty. We must begin with our own bodies. The heart, liver, etc. are all atavistic. Bring them back into consciousness. Control them so that they will obey your commands and act up to your wishes. There was a time when we had control of liver and we could shake the whole skin as can the cow. I have seen many people bringing the control back by sheer hard practice. Once an impression is made, it is there. Bring back all the submerged activities, the vast ocean of action. This is the first part of the great study, and it is absolutely necessary for our social well being. On the other hand, only the consciousness need not be studied all the time. Then there is another part of the study, not so necessary in our social life, which tends to liberate liberation. Its direct action is to free the soul, to take the touch into the gloom, to clean out what is behind, to shake it up or even defy it, and to make us march onward piercing the gloom. That is the goal, the super consciousness. Then, when that state is reached, this very man becomes divine, becomes free, and to the mind, thus trained to transcend all. Gradually, gradually, this universe will begin to give up its secret. The book of nature will be read chapter after chapter till the goal is attained, and we pass from the valley of life and death to that one where death and life do not exist, and we know the real and become the real. The first necessity, the first thing necessary is a quiet, peaceful life. If I have to go about the world the whole day to make a living, it is hard for me to attain to anything very high in this life. Perhaps in another life I shall be born under more propitious circumstances. But if I am honest enough, these very circumstances will change even in this birth. Was there anything you did not go get, which you really wanted? It could not be, for it is the want that creates the body. It is the light that has bored the holes, as it were, in your head, called the eyes. If the light had not existed, you would have had no eyes. It is sound that had made your ears. The object of perception existed first, before you made the organ. In the few 100,000 years or earlier, we may have not have another organs to perceive electricity and other things. There is no desire for the peaceful mind. Desire will not come unless there is something outside to fulfill it. The outside something just bores a hole in the body, as it were, and tries to get into the mind. So, when the desire will arise to have a peaceful, quiet life, that shall come where everything shall be propitious for the development of the mind. You may take that as an experience. It may come after thousands of lives, but it must come. Hold on to that, the desire. You cannot have the strong desire if its objects was not outside already, for you already. You cannot have a strong desire if its object was not outside for you already. Of course, you must understand there is difference between desire and desire. The master said, "My child, is if you desire after God, God shall come to you." The discipline did not understand his masters fully. One day both went to the bath in a river, and the master said, "Plunge in." And the boy did so. In a moment the master was upon him, holding him down. He would not let the boy come out. When the boy struggled and was exhausted, he let him out. "Yes, my child, how did you feel there?" "Oh, the desire for the breath of air." "Do you have the kind of desire for God?" "No, sir." "Have you find the desire for God, and you shall have God." That without which we cannot live must come to us. If it did not come to us, life cannot go on. If you want to be a yogi, you must be free and place yourself in circumstances where you are alone and free from all anxiety. He who desires for the comfortable and nice life and at the same time want to realize the self is like the fool who wanted wanting to cross the river caught hold of the crocodile, mistaking it for the log of wood. Sick youth, first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added upon you. Unto him comes everything who does not care for anything. Fortune is like the fleet, fleet, fleet. Fortune is like a fleet. She cares not for him who wants her, but she is at the feet of him who does not care for her. Money comes and showers itself upon one who does not care of it. So does fame some so does fame some come in abundance until it is a trouble and a burden. They always come to the master. The slave never gets anything. The master is he who can live in spite of them, whose life does not depend upon these things, these little things, foolish things of the world. Live for an ideal, and that one ideal alone. Let it be so great, so strong that there may be nothing else left in the mind. No place for anything else, no time for anything else. How some people give all their energies, time, brain, body, and everything to become rich. They have no time for breakfast. Early in the morning, they are out and at work. They die in the attempt. 90% of them, and the rest when they make money, cannot enjoy it. That is grand. I do not say it is bad to try to be rich. It is marvelous, wonderful. Why? What does it show? It shows that one can have the same amount of energy and struggle and for freedom as one has for money. It shows that one can have the same amount of energy and struggle for freedom as one has for money. We know we have to give up money and all other things when we die, and yet see the amount of energy we can put forth for them. But we, the same human being, should be not put forth should we not put forth a thousandfold more strength and energy to acquire that which fades, which never fades, but which remains to us forever? For this is the one great friend, our own good deeds, our own spiritual excellence, that follows us beyond the grave. Everything else is left behind here with the body. That is the one great first step, the real desire for the ideal. Everything comes easy after that. That the Indian mind found it out. There, in India, men go to any length to find the truth. But here, in the West, the difficulty is that everything is made so easy. It is not true, but development, that is the great aim. The struggle is the great lesson. Mind you, the great benefit is this: life is struggle. It is through that we pass. If there is any road to heaven, it is through hell. Through hell to heaven is always the way. When the soul was wrestled with circumstances and has met death, a thousand times death on the way, but nothing daunted, had struggled forward again and again, yet again, then the soul comes out as a giant and laughs at the ideal he has been struggling for, because he finds how much greater he than the ideal. I am I am the end, my own self, and nothing else. For what is there to compare to my own self? Can a bag of gold be the ideal of my soul? Certainly not. My soul is the highest ideal that I can have. Realizing my own real nature is the one goal of my life. There is nothing that is absolutely evil. The devil has the place here as well as the God. Else we would not be here. Just as I told you, it is through the hell that we pass to heaven. Our mistakes have places here. Go on. Do not look back if you think you have done something that is not right. Now do not believe you could be that what you are today. Had you not made those mistakes before, bless your mistakes then. They have been angel unawares. Blessed to touch, blessed to torture, blessed be happiness. Do not care what be your lot. Hold on to the ideal. March on. Do not look back upon little mistakes and things. In this battle of ours, the dust of mistakes must be raised. Those who are so thin, shiny that they cannot bear the dust, let them get out of the rank. So then, this tremendous determination of struggle, or to struggle a hundredfold more determination than that which you put forth to gain anything which belongs to this life, is the first great preparation. And then alone with it, there must be meditation. Meditation is the one thing. Meditate. The greatest thing is meditation. It is nearest approach to spiritual life. The mind meditation or meditating it is the one moment of in our daily life that we are not at all material. The soul thinking of itself free from all matter. This marvelous touch of soul. The body is our enemy and yet is our friend. Which of you can bear the sight of misery, and which of you cannot do so when you see it only as a painting? But because it is unreal, we do not identify ourselves with it. We know it is only a painting. It cannot bless us. It cannot hurt us. The most terrible misery painted upon the piece of canvas we may even enjoy. We praise the technique of the artistic. We wonder at his marvelous genius, even though the scene he painted is most horrible. That is the secret, that non attachment be the witness. No breathing, no physical training of yoga. Nothing is of any use until you reach to the ideal. I am the witness. Say, when the Tyrian hand is on your neck, I am the witness. I am the witness. Say, I am the spirit. Nothing external can touch me. When evil thoughts arise, repeat that. Give the hammer blow on their head. I am a spirit. I am a witness. The every blessed, the every blessed. I have no reason to do, no reason to suffer. I have finished. I have finished with everything. I am the witness. I am in my picture gallery. The universe is my museum, and I am looking at these successful paintings. They are all beautiful, whether good or evil. I see the marvelous skill, but it is all one. Infinite flame of great painter. Really speaking, there is naughty neither volition. There is naughty neither volition nor desire. He is all. He, she, the mother is playing, and we are like dolls, her helpers in this play here. She puts one now in the grab of a beggar, another movement is in the grab of king, the next movement in the grab of a saint, and again in the grab of the devil. We are putting on different grab to help the mother spirit in her play. When the baby is at play, she will not come even if she called by her name. But when she finished her play, she will rush to her mother and will have no play. So there comes a moment of in our life when we feel our play is finished and we want to rush to the mother. Then all our toil here will be of no value, and man, woman, and children, wealth, name, and fame glorious glories of glories of life. Punishment and success will be no more, and the whole life will seem like a show. We shall see only the infinite rhythm, nothing going on. We shall see the infinite rhythm going on, endless, purposeless, going with going. We do not know where. Only this much shall we say: our play is done. Only this much we shall say: our play is done.